Assalamualaikum and good morning, Ms. Sophia and Mr. Amir. Thank you for coming today and please have a seat. Okay, before we begin, would either of you like some drinking water?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, my name is HUSNA binti YASSIR and I will be the Sulh officer for the today's session. I understand today may not be an easy day for both of you. Some people feel nervous while others may feel emotional. That's completely normal. I appreciate both of you for attending today's Sulh session. By coming here, you have already taken an important first step towards resolving this matter peacefully. Okay, before we discuss the case, I would like to briefly explain today's Sulh process. This is not a court hearing and no one is here to decide who is right or wrong today. My role as the Sulh officer is to remain neutral. I'm here to facilitate the discussion and assist both of you in finding a solution that both parties can accept. Everything was discussed during today's session is confidential. No one is allowed to record this session. Whatever is shared here will remain private unless both parties agree, otherwise or disclosure is required by law. Therefore, I encourage both of you to speak openly and honestly. Okay, to make today's discussion productive, I would like us to agree on a few simple ground rules. Firstly, please allow each other to finish speaking before responding. Secondly, let's speak respectfully and avoid interrupting one another. Thirdly, let's focus on finding solution rather than blaming each other for what happened in the past. And last but not least, I ask both of you to be honest throughout today's discussion. Are both of you comfortable with these ground rules?
Yes, I understand. Yes, I agree.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Having both of you agree to these ground rules will help us have a respectful and meaningful discussion. Okay, for today's Sulh sessions, we are discussing Ms. Sophia's claim regarding unpaid maintenance. According to the court documents, an interim maintenance order requires Mr. Amir to pay 600 per month for nafkah edah and child maintenance. It is alleged that no payment has been made for the past 8 months, resulting in arrears of approximately 4,800. Today's objective is not to determine term. Instead, we will explore whether both parties can reach a mutually acceptable agreement regarding the outstanding maintenance. Okay, before we proceed, I would like to confirm the identity of both parties. Ms. Sophia, could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, good morning, Puan. Good morning, Amir. Good time no see. My name is Sophia. I am the plaintiff in today's case.
Mr. Amir?
Good morning, my name is Amir. I am the defendant.
Okay, thank you. Before we move forward, I would like to remind both of you that although this case involves legal issue, and today's discussion is also about your family's future. Most importantly is about ensuring the welfare of your child. I hope we can keep that in mind throughout today's session. Firstly, I would like also to clarify that any agreement reached today is entirely voluntary. Neither party will be forced to accept any proposal. However, if both of you successfully reach an agreement today, it can later be recorded by the Sharia court as a consent judgment, making it legally binding. Please don't feel pressure to answer every question immediately. If at any point you need a short break or few moments to collect your thoughts, just let me know. This room is meant to be safe space for discussion. Okay, before we continue, do either of you have any question regarding to this Sulu's process?
No, everything is clear.
Okay,
No question from me as well.
wonderful. Thank you once again for your cooperation. I truly appreciate the respectful attitude both of you have shown so far. I hope we can continue in the same positive manner throughout today's discussion.
Okay, now so both of you, we move to the second stage of today's conversation, which is the parties' opening statement and joint session. During this stage, each party will have the opportunity to explain their concern without interruption. I encourage both of you to listen carefully to each other with an open mind. Sometimes the understanding another person's perspective is the first step toward finding a solution. Alright? Okay. So I hope both of you feeling a little more comfortable now.
Yes.
Okay, before we begin, I would like to remind both of you that it's a discussion, not a debate. Everyone will have enough time to speak and everyone deserves to be heard. So please don't worry about being interrupted. My role is to make sure today's discussion remains respectful and productive. Okay, so Ms. Sophia? Okay, I would like to invite you to speak first. Please take your time. There is no right or wrong answer here. We would simply like to understand your concern. So could you tell us what brought you here today?
Thank you. Honestly, I didn't want this matter to reach the court. I waited and hoped things would improve. But after 8 months without receiving maintenance, I felt I had no other option. Our son is only 4 years old. Every month I have to pay for his nursery fees, milk, food, clothes and medical expenses. There were times when I had to borrow money from my parents just to cover our daily needs. What disappointed me wasn't only the unpaid maintenance, it was the silence, Mr. Ahmed. I didn't know what was happening. I kept waiting for a phone call or even a simple message, but I didn't receive anything.
Okay, thank you for sharing that, Mrs. Sophia. I can imagine how stressful this month must have been for you. Okay, so if I understand correctly, your concern is only about the unpaid maintenance, right? It's also about the lack of communication, which made you feel uncertain and unsupported. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. If he had just explained his situation, maybe I wouldn't have felt so frustrated.
Okay, besides receiving the outstanding maintenance, what would you like to achieve through today's session?
I just want some certainty. I don't expect everything to be solved today, but I want to know that our son will continue receiving support and that we can communicate better in the future.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Sophia. I appreciate your opinions. Okay, so Mr. Amir, you listen carefully to Mrs. Sophia, right? Now I would like to hear your perspective. So could you explain your current situation and tell us what happened over the past 8 months, Mr. Amir?
Firstly, I'd like to apologize to Sophia. I know I have not fulfilled my responsibility as a father, and I'm truly sorry for that. About 8 months ago, I lost my full-time job. Since then, everything changed financially. To support myself, I started working as a freelance badminton coach. I coach children after school and during weekends whenever I receive bookings. But coaching is not a permanent job. Some weeks I have many students, other weeks I don't receive any classes at all. Besides coaching, I also drive a Grab whenever I have free time to earn additional income. I'm doing everything I can because I don't want to depend on anyone. At the same time, I have been applying for full-time badminton coaching positions at several schools and badminton clubs. I also have attended a few interviews, but unfortunately I still have not received any job offer. If I am fortunate enough to secure a permanent coaching position, I will finally have a stable salary. Once that happens, I promise I will increase the maintenance payment and gradually settle the outstanding areas. I'm not trying to avoid my responsibility. I'm just simply trying to rebuild my financial situation after losing my job.
I honestly didn't know you had lost a full-time job. You never told me.
I know, and that my mistakes. I felt embarrassed. Every time I wanted to explain, I didn't know how to start the conversation.
Okay, thank you both of you for being honest. I understand this hasn't been easy for either of you. Sometimes people don't communicate because they don't care, but sometimes they remain silent because they don't know how to express what they're going through. So from what I heard today, it seems the issue isn't only about the maintenance, it's also about communication. Perhaps if both of you had spoken earlier, today misunderstanding might have been avoided. Right. Okay, so Mr. Amir, before we discuss possible solution, I would like to better understand your current financial capacity. Approximately how much do you earn each month from coaching and grad?
On average, between 1,800 and also sometimes 2,100. It depends on the number of students and grad bookings.
Thank you, Mr. Amir. So have you brought any document to support your current income of your job application?
Oh yes, I brought my recent grad earning statements and some payment records from parents for badminton coaching and copies of my applications to several school and badminton clubs.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Amir. I appreciate your preparation. This document gives me a clear picture of the current circumstances. Okay, so listen to both of you today. I noticed something important. Although each of you has a different concern, both of you keep mentioning your son, right? So, Mrs. Sophia wants stability for him. Mr. Amir wants to support him but is currently facing financial hardship. So I believe your son is actually the common ground that both of you share.
Yes, I only want one best for him.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, so let me briefly summarize the discussion. Mrs. Sophia has shared the financial and emotional challenges she has faced over the past 8 months. Mr. Amir has acknowledged his responsibility and explained that after losing his full-time job, he has been working as a freelance badminton coach and grad driver while actively applying for permanent coaching position. Most importantly, both of you agree that your child welfare remains your highest priority. Is my summary accurate?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. I believe we made a good progress. Our next step is a private conversation. I will meet each of you separately so that you may speak freely about any concern or possible solution. Everything discussed during caucus will remain confidential unless you give me permission to share it. So, Mr. Amir, would you mind waiting outside for a few minutes while I speak with Miss Sophia first? Please take your time, have some water, and I will invite you back shortly.
Oh yeah, of course I will wait outside.
Alright. Okay, so thank you, Mrs. Sophia. Before we begin our private discussion, we would like a moment to gather your thoughts. There is no rush at all. Whenever you're ready, we can continue.
Thank you, Mrs. Sophia. So before we continue, I would like to remind you again that this is a private conversation. So whatever you share with me during this discussion will remain confidential unless you give me permission to share it with Mr. Amir. So my purpose is simply to understand your concerns better and see whether there is any room for a possible settlement. So Mrs. Sophia, after listening to Mr. Amir's explanation today, how are you feeling now?
Honestly, I feel very disappointed. But after hearing that he lost his full-time job, I understand his situation a little better. I just wish he had told me earlier.
Yeah, it sounds like you're still hurt, right? But at the same time, you're beginning to understand why things happen.
Yes, if he had communicated with me earlier, maybe we would not have reached this stage.
Yeah. Apart from receiving the outstanding maintenance, what is most important to you moving forward?
I just want consistency. Even if he cannot pay a large amount now, I want to know he will continue supporting our son. I don't want to keep guessing every month. Just that's all.
Yeah. If Mr. Ahmed commits to a realistic monthly payment, keeps communicating with you, and agrees to review the maintenance once he secures a full-time coaching position, would that be something you are willing to consider?
Yes, I think that's reasonable, but I would like everything to be written clearly.
Yeah. So that's certainly possible. If both of you reach an agreement, we will prepare a draft agreement before the matter is recorded by the court. So, thank you, Mrs. Sophia. I appreciate your honesty today. You have been very cooperative. So, will you mind waiting outside for a few minutes while I speak privately with Mr. Ahmed? Please take your time, have some water if you like. Once I finish, I will invite both of you back into the room for the joint negotiation.
Thank you. I will be outside.
Okay. Welcome back, Mr. Ahmed. Thank you for waiting patiently. Just like I explained earlier, this discussion is confidential. Nothing you share with me will be discussed unless you give me permission. Okay, so Mr. Ahmed, if today's discussion ends successfully, what outcome are you hoping for?
So, firstly, I hope Sophia can understand that I never intend to neglect our son. I also hope we can agree on a payment plan that I can realistically follow.
Yeah. So earlier you mentioned 1,800 ringgit to 2,100 ringgit as your average monthly income. So looking at your current commitments, what amount can you confidently pay every month without failing again?
So, I believe 400 is realistic. I don't want to promise 600. If I'm not confident, I can maintain it.
Yeah. So if you receive one of the full-time coaching position you have explained before, what would you be prepared to do?
Once I have a stable salary, I'm willing to increase the more monthly maintenance. I would also like to settle the arrears much faster. I don't want my son to continue waiting because of my financial problems.
Yeah, thank you. So I appreciate that you have thought beyond today's discussion. So it shows that you are planning for your child's future. So thank you, Mr. Amir. I believe both of you are closer to reaching an agreement that you might realize. So I will now invite Mr. Sophia back into the room so we can discuss the possible solutions together. So drink. Welcome back, Mr. Sophia.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you both for your patience. After speaking with each of you privately, I noticed that despite your differences, both of you want the same thing, the well-being of your son. So the main issue now is finding a payment arrangement that is fair, practical and sustainable. So Mr. Ahmed, rather than me speaking on your behalf, would you be willing to explain your proposal directly to Mr. Sophia?
Okay. So, Sophia, I know saying I'm sorry won't erase the past, but I truly regret not communicating with you. If I had explained my situation earlier, perhaps we wouldn't be here today. Starting the next month, I would like to commit to paying 400 every month. I also will continue working as a freelance badminton coach and driving Grab while waiting for a permanent coaching position. Once I secure a full-time Coaching job, I promise will review the maintenance amount and I will increase it according to my financial ability. I will also use any extra income to reduce the outstanding areas. I promise. Thank you.
Thank you for explaining everything. I appreciate your honesty today. 400 is lower than what I was hoping for, but I also understand your current situation. My only concern is consistency. I don't want another 8 months pass without any communication.
Yeah. So, Mr. Amir, would you be willing to inform Mr. Sofia immediately if you ever experience financial difficulties again instead of remaining silent?
Yes, I promise I will communicate with her. Even if I can pay the full amount, I will let her know in advance.
Thank you. So perhaps both of you could also agree to review the maintenance amount once Mr. Amir secures permanent employment rather than waiting until another dispute arises.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yes, I also agree.
Okay, so just to ensure we are all on the same page, so allow me to summarize today's agreement. Firstly, Mr. Amir agrees to pay 400 ringgit per month beginning next month. Secondly, he will continue making payments toward the outstanding arrears whenever he receives additional income. Thirdly, both parties agree that once Mr. Amir secures a full-time coaching position, the maintenance amount will be reviewed in good faith. Lastly, both parties agree to communicate respectfully regarding any issues affecting their child welfare. Is that an accurate summary?
Yes, I agree with everything.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So I would like to congratulate both of you. Today's discussion wasn't about deciding who was right or wrong. Instead, both of you chose to prioritize your child welfare. So that reflects the true spirit of Sulh. Okay. Okay, so I will now prepare the draft agreement based on everything that both of you have agreed upon today. So I would like both parties to read through the agreement carefully. If everything accurately reflected today's discussion, kindly sign the document. Mr. Amir? Thank you. So this draft agreement will now be submitted to the Sharia court to be recorded as a consent judgment. So once it is recorded by the court, it becomes legally binding and both parties are expected to comply with its term. So I sincerely hope today's agreement marks the beginning of better communication and cooperation between both of you, especially for the benefit of your son. So thank you for your patience, honesty and cooperation throughout today's Majlis Sulh. With that, today's Sulh session is officially concluded. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mr. Safia. Thank you, Mr. Amir.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia.